The year 1965, a turning point in U.S. history. That year in Selma, Alabama, Martin Luther King Jr. and others marched to push the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. In sports, Ernie Banks hit his 400th career home run for the Cubs on September 2nd. The Beatles' Help hit #1 on the charts. The Dick Van Dyke Show won the Emmy for Best Comedy. And on September 12th in Rockford, Illinois, a small station, WCEE, went on the air as a community's CBS affiliate. That's where our story began. Eventually, WCEE became WIFR, and today we celebrate 60 years of being part of your communities, bringing you news, knowledge, and entertainment. There is a rumor that WIFR got its call letters using the words of Wisconsin, Illinois, Freeport, Rockford, and yep, that's true.
We've had several owners throughout the years, starting with Rock River Television Corporation, General Media, World Newspapers, Benedict Broadcasting, and now Gray Media, one of the top media groups in the country. Gray owns television stations throughout the country and several in Illinois. Throughout the years, WIFR and WCEE brought you shows that became popular with adults and kids. How many of you remember Mr. Mustache? From 1967 to 1982, every Sunday, Mr. Mustache, aka Bruce Lewis, appeared on your screens throughout the Rockford region. From drawing lessons, games, and of course, his puppets, Bruce made just about everyone smile.
This is what we call the alphabet draw. We're going to draw a picture out of one of the letters in the alphabet.
Oh, Dan! Blair! Who's talking?
I think it's you.
It's hard to talk with one eye.
Oh, my goodness. Jan! Sweetheart, darling. What's your favorite letter of the alphabet?
I don't know.
You don't know?
N.
N?
Yeah.
Trying to fake me out, aren't you?
N.
N.
This is good.
How do you know what this is? We haven't drawn an N in a long time. You want to see a pair of kissing fish out of that?
No.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Kissing fish?
You can't. You always tell me I can't do that except out of a letter.
No, I know you can do that. I just...
All right.
I can't tell you what to draw, though.
Would you like
It's
to see...
inexcusable, Watson. Inexcusable. No initiative, no imagination. Nothing ever gets done.
I know it. I know it.
It's going to end up as a cat or kissing fish. I know it right now.
Isn't that? I'm going to show you. Film's okay? Good. Okay. I'm going to see if you can figure this out, smart aleck.
I'm watching. I'm watching.
Okay. Jan?
My one eye, I'm watching. I feel like Big Brother. You know what I mean? It's T.
Come on.
Oh, okay. This is going to be either a picture, well, yes, it is. It's Carlsbad Caves. It's the stalagmites and tights.
Jan, do you have any idea what this is? Okay, now I'm helping you here.
A dentist nightmare. No.
Any ideas yet? Anybody? Come on.
Lips. Lips.
Lips.
No, huh? It's Rockford's answer to Jaws. No. It's a shark. Oh, God dang. He still draws fish. Big ones. When they say slip me a fin, it doesn't mean on his back either. I am not kidding. That's a devastating looking thing.
That is a picture
Killer whale.
of a what?
Killer whale? See, sharks got a snub nose.
This is a cartoon. We can make our sharks. Jan, you want that to be a killer whale or a shark?
I don't care.
Jan doesn't care. It's up
I
to
don't
you.
care. Hey, do you care back there?
Yeah, I really do.
I faked you out that time for a while, though.
Cookie.
Huh?
Stay away from my cookies.
Oh.
Jan, this is for you. Did you guys at home see how we did that? That was out of the letter N to start with, and then we see the N in there, and then we start playing around. Let's give Jan a nice hand for helping us out. Thank you, Jan. I hope you all enjoyed the show this morning. I'm glad you stopped by. I'll see you next Sunday morning, okay? Right here on Channel 23. If you want to try to send some of these pictures to me, draw some pictures, I'd be glad to show them on the air for you, okay? Hey, it's been nice seeing you. We'll see you all next week, same time, Sunday morning, right here on Channel 23. Until then, Mr. Mustache saying bye-bye. See you guys next week. Turn around and wave goodbye to your friends out there.
That's Mr. Mustache for today, boys and girls. Be sure to join us next Sunday morning at 8:30 on TV 23 for Mr. Mustache.
The busiest spot in any television station is in its news department, and WIFR's is no different. So many journalists got their start in Rockford, some even stuck around and retired here.
J.D. Pegues, Michelle Kaczynski, Alice Barr, and some others that have worked at other stations. Brett Baer is a graduate of WREX. So yeah, there's been a lot of notable people that have not only that have made impressions on the national level.
Off the top of my head, Anna Werner, who went on to be an award-winning investigative journalist, Randy Salerno, who unfortunately is no longer with us, but he made his mark at WGN, Lisa Fielding, who's in Chicago, Nicole Kaczynski, who was with CNN. I mean, there's Rick Gall, who was just retired, an award-winning news director out east. Just a laundry list. I'm very proud of them.
We'll be right back after you watch a few of these messages from years ago.
In 1870, when trains first crossed the country, Amos Woodward built a governor to regulate water power in Rockford. In 1914, when the first ship passed through the Panama Canal, Sunstrand became part of our industrial community. Today, Americans travel in aircraft kept flying safe by vital parts from Woodward Governor, Sunstrand, and other Rockford industries. Where would America be without transportation? The same place Rockford would be without productive people and progressive industries.
Now, at House of Lindbergh, it's the semi-annual clearance sale. All that beautiful furniture and those attractive accessories at the lowest prices of the year. House of Lindbergh's semi-annual clearance sale is just that, a clearance sale. We're clearing out the same high-quality merchandise we carry throughout the year. These are not items purchased just for the sale. The semi-annual clearance sale at House of Lindbergh features such famous names as Drexel, Kling, Henry Don, Conover, Karastan, and many others. There are chairs, sofas, tables, beds, nightstands, dressers, chests, buffets, hutches, dining tables and chairs, all kinds of furniture, and accessories such as lamps, pictures, carpeting, and more. The biggest sale of the year, House of Lindbergh's semi-annual clearance sale. Now going on at all three locations, on Broadway, Colonial Galleries on North Main, and Freeport.
House of Lindbergh, where fine furniture is.
This year, get more out of summer than just at Rockford College Summer Session. For professional advancement or for personal enrichment, our outstanding faculty offers something for just about everyone, with flexible modular scheduling to accommodate your vacation plans. Classes start soon, so call now for complete class listings and information. A unique opportunity to learn, to experience, to grow. Rockford College Summer Session, a way to get to where you want to be.
I want a jumbo G, fries, and a chocolate shake.
Right. Maestro?
We've covered so many stories that impacted your lives, our lives. The Vietnam War, Watergate, the first moon landing, the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy, the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Oklahoma City bombings, and of course, the September 11th terrorist attacks. WIFR stood with you, stayed on the air, bringing you important information during the COVID-19 pandemic and the May 30th protests. Here's a blast of the past, a clip of our interview between anchor Rod Grams and then President George Herbert Walker Bush.
Good evening. George Bush, the Republican candidate for vice president, is making a brief campaign stop in Rockford tonight and tomorrow. Mr. Bush landed a short time ago at Greater Rockford Airport and boarded a motorcade directly for the TV23 studios. He has no public appearances scheduled for this evening, but will appear at a breakfast tomorrow at the Ramada Inn before leaving Rockford for Milwaukee. Mr. Bush is in our studios right now, and Ambassador Bush, thank you for stopping. The first question I'd like to ask you, sir, is many of the campaign battles so far have been centered on the issue of the economy. The Carter campaign has charged that with the Governor Reagan's tax-cutting proposals, that it would just about gut the federal programs and also add another $140 billion to the federal budget. How do you answer those charges?
Normally I'd be concerned because Jimmy Carter's an expert on deficits. This was the year he was going to balance the budget, and we're $65 billion in deficit. You see, what I think has happened is that Carter has failed. Unemployment, inflation, interest rates, and so he's trying to attack our economic program, and I've got a graph in it I carry around to show how it comes together, is based on holding down the growth of federal spending, not cutting programs all the way, but holding the growth of spending, stimulating jobs and production by a tax cut. And our belief is, backed by economic models, that if we do this, that we can, again, get this country back to work. Look at unemployment here. Carter, I think, is desperate as he makes that approach. He's failed the working man in this country. You got 16% unemployment in this area. What was it when Gerald Ford was in there with sound economics? No, I think we're on the right track on the economy.
Also, the League of Women Voters is reassessing John Anderson's poll ratings right now. They are thinking about having a second debate. Would the governor accept a debate with Carter if Anderson was not included? I
don't know, but he took a principled position that Anderson should be included, and I think he still feels that way. Whether there's any circumstances under which he'd change and go one-on-one with Carter, I don't know. But, you know, Jimmy Carter, really the record on debates. He said he'd debate Kennedy, then wouldn't. Said he'd debate with Reagan and Anderson, then wouldn't. So I think the call is clearly Governor Reagan's. I don't think the country is too impressed by Jimmy Carter's kind of impassioned plea for the debate today because his record is bad. He just hasn't done what he said he'd do.
So at this time the governor has not said yes?
No, it isn't, and I think he's thinking about it, but I don't think he feels under any great pressure one way or another on it.
As a former ambassador and head of the CIA, the hostage issue has to prompt some certain response from you. At the time you were still a presidential candidate, you said you would give your full backing to President Carter on the actions he would take. Have you changed your position? Do you think
he hasn't taken any action, so I'm not in any trouble. But I did support him when we made that raid. Everybody, using hindsight, wishes it had been successful and that lives hadn't been lost. But I think it's going to take to deter those events in the future and maybe get them released. I really think maybe it's going to take a change in administration, but I hope not. I hope those hostages come out of there and come out soon. Transcends politics.
With the current situation now with the conflict between Iran and Iraq, would you favor any U.S. intervention or aid to release the hostages?
Well, yeah, on some terms, but depends what the terms are.
Supplies.
If you go for trials or, well, if there's a legitimate deal and people keep their word, that's possible, although that would involve us clearly against many countries with whom we have good relations now and with whom we should continue to have good relations. I think it has to be looked at in the context of a lot of diplomacy. So those countries, those moderate Arab countries, would know what our intentions were.
One final quick question. Do you expect any last-minute surprises from President Carter?
Yeah, we keep thinking there will be, and I can't tell you what it is. But the American people are fair. If there's some crisis out there, they're not going to fall for it if there's no real rationale to it.
Any new fire from the Republicans?
I don't think we got any surprises. We're just trying to talk hope instead of despair. And I think it's getting through. That's why I think we're going to win this election.
All right. Thank you for stopping, Ambassador Bush.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anchor Bruce Faber also was a part of presidential history as he traveled to Washington, D.C. to cover President Richard Nixon's inauguration.
The beginning was what it was all about. The man whom we have elected President of the United States, Richard Milhouse Nixon. Actually, that is a very small part of our program, as we have tried to explain to you during the last week and as we did during Mr. Nixon's last inaugural. What we concentrated on primarily was our congressmen, our senators, our visitors, our friends from northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin who attended the inaugural. You will see portions of the parade and you will see the swearing-in ceremonies, but then also you will see other parts of the inaugural weekend that CBS television network did not cover, which is one of the reasons that WCEE TV was there.
In a matter of hours, directly behind me and to my right, the 37th President of the United States, Richard Milhous Nixon, will take the oath, a simple 35-word oath that makes him the leader for another 4-year period for all the American people all over the world.
Go and take a look now at a reception later that evening. That gentleman right there, of course, is Mr. Rumsfeld, the head of the OEO, or was at that time. He has been suggested for another position, possibly as an ambassador in Paris. This reception was by the Committee to Re-elect the President in Illinois. Bill Heffernan, who is from Wheeling, Illinois, was the gentleman who extended the invitation to us. We believed that John B. was going to be there, and as it turned out, he was there a little later on, but we did get a chance to meet Mr. Rumsfeld, which is, of course, always exciting when you meet a man of his stature in our government. First of all, of course, the Vice President of the United States is sworn in. After the Vice President, then the President of the United States.
Place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand, and please repeat after me. I, Richard Nixon, do solemnly swear.
I, Richard Nixon, do solemnly swear
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
And will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
preserve and protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I thought there for a moment you were going to do a match dissolve, just to see what the comparison was like. Well, of course, that was it. That was what we were all there for, wasn't it?
We're going to take a break, but relax and watch some more commercials from our yesteryear.
Almost any place you go, in everything you do, it's not your name they want, it's your number they want from you. If you long to hear the sound of your own name, then come around at American Bank. You belong at American Bank. We know your name and we use it. Thank you, Mr. Abbott. You belong at American Bank. We know your name and we use it.
Move out!
Now, during Frontier sale days at Frontier Ford, you can save plenty. 200 cars and trucks must be sold, and Frontier's ready for some old-fashioned horse trading. Choose from MPG Fiestas, Pintos, and Fairmonts at low, low prices. 4 luxurious LTDs, Granadas, and Thunderbirds, plus those rugged Ford trucks with immediate financing available. Take a test drive and take home a cowboy hat for free. So come on in, drive a hard bargain, then drive a new Ford home during Frontier sale days, 4 days only. Yeah!
The CTF 900 cassette deck from Pioneer. One of the reasons they call playback the electronic playground. And it's not just a pretty face either. The digital readout tape counter is coordinated with advanced circuitry to give memory and repeat functions. And the Digitron display tubes make conventional VU meters just that, conventional. Ask for a demonstration, then ask for the low playback price.
Locally, we've shared the openings of the Chrysler Assembly Plant, Rock Valley College, Cherryvale Mall, the Metro Center, the renovation and reopening of the Coronado Theater, the building of the passenger terminal at the then Greater Rockford Airport. Also tragic events like the shooting at Northern Illinois University. the Joey Didier kidnapping, Simon Peter Nelson's trial for murdering his 6 children. And we've been there for the events that shaped our futures, like the Rockford School District discrimination lawsuit. We've also been part of the news. In 1986, a pipe bomb destroyed the entryway of our building.
Yeah, that was one of those other days I will never forget. We never did figure out why, but it was a Saturday night. And again, we're going back into the mid 80s. So security, everything was very, very different than it was today. An individual obviously had an axe to grind about something, got into the station somehow, as far as the lobby, as far as the sales department. And I know the basic layout of the station is still the same. We're from sales. There's the door and the wall, and then you've got all the technical stuff. Opens the door to the technical end, was going to throw the pipe bomb in, but it didn't quite make it in. It went off by that doorway. Thankfully, the pipe bomb malfunctioned. The person did not build it correctly, so the damage was contained to the lobby area and the sales area. From what everybody who was investigating it said is, if it would have gone off the way intended, is the entire studio control and master control area would have just been smithereens, just gone. And I can remember getting a call on a Sunday morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock, basically saying, we have an issue at the station, and it's like a bomb went off. And you're going, no, no. And they're like, yes, please get out here. We need to do this. A bomb went off. And you walk in, and I mean, it could have been so much worse.
And in July of 2003, a downburst destroyed our tower, turning it into a crumpled mess in the field behind our building. Our new tower went up just months later.
That was quite this. It was a Saturday morning. 4th of July was a Friday, and I was on mornings at that point. I started in mornings in the mid-90s. So I really never really got to celebrate the 4th of July because I had to work the next morning for the most part. So it was a Friday. I don't have to work the next day. I go out and let's have a great time. We go down to the fireworks. We, do that kind of stuff. And then I get a call at an ungodly early hour on a Saturday morning, even for our hours. And Mark Olson, our engineer at the time, says, the tower fell down. I'm going, what? I was acting news director at the time. He just hired a news director, and he was back home bringing stuff from his previous stop in Ohio. So I was kind of the guy that was in charge. And yeah, I got out to the station. Driving down from northern Winnebago County, didn't see any storm damage at all. As soon as I got south of 173, all of a sudden trees were uprooted and damage everywhere. And then I get to this looking for the tower on the horizon, and there isn't one. And then to see that the work of the people at the station that day, we obviously had no power in that part of western Rockford, but we had a generator. We were able to work out a deal with cable to connect to their cable with some construction help on a Saturday, and we had a newscast on the air that night without a tower. And that was a great marvel of engineering and dedication. But we had a newscast on cable that night, even without our tower. And good thing it fell the way it fell, because it goes another way, and we could really have some damage. And but that was quite the feat to get news on the air that night, even with our tower laying in bits and pieces in the backyard.
We believe covering the Rockford region is an honor. This area has so much to offer and so much to share with each other and the country, and we're proud to bring you those stories.
The real stories have been just the evolution and the revitalization of Rockford as a thriving community, from a blue-collar town that went through some economic hard times and is coming back, and really back, I would say, with the developments and the activity that a lot of us are seeing.
In 2025, WIFR will take on new challenges as technology advances at warp speed and people demand news when they want it and where they want it. We must adapt as well.
My first job in TV out of college, they were still shooting film, 16 millimeter film. So I can still handle a CP16 with the best of them, and I can still edit film very, very fast. So, I mean, I've gone from seeing news stories shot on film, camera on the shoulder, doing hot edits with film and sound, to a reporter picking up their phone and shooting interviews with that. I mean, it's just an absolutely world of difference. Technology. Back in the day when I started and up until I left news, something like you and I are doing on Zoom wasn't even dreamt on. This was Jetsons, you know. This was you could only dream it. Getting news off of social media, again, you wouldn't think of anything like that because everything is so spontaneous. So I was from a time when it was appointment news, when you watched a newscast at a certain time of day. You held a newspaper. As I was getting out of news, it was evolving into spontaneous. I want to see everything now, and I want instant gratification, and I want the information right now. At this point in time, you guys all deserve medals, because you have to worry about social media, you have to worry about the newscast, and everything is coming at you from 10 different directions. So from a technology standpoint, it's only what I could have dreamt of seeing. And it's amazing that it has come this far in my lifetime.
We couldn't do any of this without you, the viewers. You stuck by us, and many of you shared your lives with us. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We want to keep telling your stories, share your lives in the hopes of helping someone else.
We may be at the end of our show, but this isn't the end to WIFR. Far from it.
In the coming months and years, you'll see exciting things from our over-the-air and especially our digital channels. Our goal is to meet you where you are and to share news that keeps you informed and shed lights on your world.
Stay connected and stay tuned.